Like, I have my ring light right here, but like it's so hot in my room, so I turned it off. And then I actually like paid attention. I'm like, dang, this natural lighting is like low-key it. And my fan is on in the background, so y'all could probably hear that, but it's too hot in here for me to not have my fan on. Let me stop blabbing. I know I talk too much. This video is going to be a little story time on the time that I lost my virginity. This is a video that I really did not want to do because I just felt like it was me like putting too much personal business out into the universe. But then I'm just like, you know what, I really love my subscribers and my viewers, and anybody who's watching this video is still watching it after I've just been talking for like 2 minutes straight about not even the story time. I love y'all, and I'm just like, shit, like, why don't I just do it? I just hit 40K. I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all. I love y'all. Who here for me when nobody else is here for me? You. And that's why I fuck with you. Okay? And all of y'all. Okay? I'm wearing this bodysuit from Boss Babe LA. Yeah, it's pretty long, if anybody was wondering. Anyway, let's hop right in with this story time because I know y'all probably tired of me just blabbing. The time that I lost my virginity. So this was a really long time ago. It was a couple years back. And I lost my virginity to the guy that was like my first boyfriend and my first love. But it's kind of complicated because we weren't like together when it happened. Just to give y'all a little bit of background on who he is, like me and him dated when I was a freshman in high school and he was a sophomore in high school. But we were together for a while and then we broke up because, you know, men are trash. I'm just kidding. We broke up because he wasn't a good boyfriend, honestly, and I was crazy too. We had still kept in contact for like a couple years after we broke up, and so we were not together like when this happened. Like, it happened like a year after we broke up. Probably not even a year. I don't really remember, but it was a long time after we had broke up. I was trying to find myself, and in the midst of finding myself, I was just trying to lose my virginity. And I do think back and I'm just like, why did I even rush? You know, because it's a lot of people I know that rush that. And yeah, I think I'll talk about that in the end. But yeah, I was rushing to lose my virginity. I cannot tell you why. I think it was just me going through a phase. It was hormones or something, I don't know. And yeah, I was just trying to think like, you know, who could it be and who could it be with, because I wasn't really dating anyone. I was talking to a few guys, but there was just a lot of stuff going on. So he had called me up one day and we was talking, because we would talk like every now and then, and we were talking, and you know, we on the FaceTime and we're like, oh, I miss you, and he like, I miss you too. And then I was like, well, you know, like, I told him about my situation, about like what I was trying to do, and he was basically like, well, I mean, hey, like, you know, we could do that and I could do it for you. I could be that guy. And I was like, you know what, that's probably smart, because like, he's somebody I trust. Like, we were good friends, like, you know, even though we had broke up and stuff and we went through a lot, like, we were still cool. And I thought like that was the most important thing, because I didn't want it to be like a random person that I didn't trust, you know. And I also didn't want it to be somebody that I was like super in love with, because if he did end up like fucking me over or doing something wrong to me, that, you know, I would have been super hurt, because it's like, dang, like, that's who I lost my virginity to. And he was the perfect in between for me. He was the perfect, you know, not a stranger and also not somebody I'm still in love with and head over heels with. I'm just like, I trust him, and we used to date and all that. So I was like, all right, like, that's smart, like, it's cool. So he was like, all right, let's set a date, da 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 da. So we set a date. Now it's funny, I don't even remember what date this was, but it was sometime, it was in the summertime. It was in the summer, and I was like supposed to be going to my grandmother's house from my mom's house. I Ubered from my house to some guy's house. I think it was his cousin or something. So I get to his cousin's house, and I had my bag, because as soon as I left him, I was gonna go to my grandmother's house. So yeah, like I got there and I had my bag and he was just looking at me like, what is this? And I was like, oh, I'm going somewhere like right after. So then we're at his cousin's house and I'm just like, I'm around all these guys and I'm just like, oh my god, like he's playing a game. I'm literally just standing there and him and his friends are playing games, like actual like Madden or some shit. And I was just like, what the it was so awkward. And this is when I wasn't really as outspoken as I am now because I was younger. But yeah, it was very awkward. And so then he's like, all right, like let's go. So then we get in the car and we drive to his other cousin's house. Mind again, it wasn't his house. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And literally we get in there and he's telling me that his cousin is also having sex with a girl. And I was like, what? Like, when I think back to it, I'm kind of just like, why was I so stupid? But whatever. I guess his cousin had just stopped. Like, he wasn't doing it in the moment because that would have been weird with me. But he had just stopped. And so we went in another room. And it was also weird because his cousin was still there and the girl had just left. And his cousin was still there. And I'm just like, dang, like somebody's going to hear me die. Because I had asked so many people, like a lot of my friends were already having sex and had boyfriends and stuff, and so I had talked to a lot of my friends who had already lost their virginity, and I was so freaked out and scared of what I was going to expect. Everybody said different things, like it's gonna hurt, you're gonna bleed, you're gonna cry, you're gonna scream, and I was just so overwhelmed. And I was also like, that's something else that also motivated me to get it over with, because I'm just like, I don't want to go through this pain somewhere long in the future when I don't know. I don't know, for some reason I just wanted to get it over with. So we go into the room. It was so weird because he was like kind of high and I wasn't high, and so I lay on the bed or whatever, and then we started kissing, and it was so awkward. Like it was pretty awkward, but it was cool at the same time. But like it was awkward. And then, you know, then the real stuff happened and he starts touching and licking and kissing and all that, you know, minor details. And so then this, I can remember this song. This nigga, he turns on SoundCloud and he starts playing Post Malone, White Iverson.
White Iverson, when I started balling I was young.
I'll never forget that song, honestly. And so he lays me down. He lays me down and takes my pants off, and I told him, like, bro, if anything happens, like if I start screaming or crying or saying no, you have my full right to ignore me. Like, don't stop, like if I say stop, because I already knew it was gonna hurt, and I knew, like, you know, if you do start and then you stop, it's like, what would have been the point of it? So I told him, like, do not stop, like no matter what. Boy, do I regret that. Then it begins. I don't know what I got myself into when I did that dumb shit. And I was in missionary position, and he's standing up, and it hurt so bad. Like, it hurt so bad. I was screaming. I didn't cry, but I was screaming. I was literally screaming. I'm like, y'all, it was so bad. And then White Iverson is in the background, and I'm just like, I'm like, I'm gonna give him a fake name, like Bob, stop, Bob, stop, please stop. And he didn't stop. He really did listen to me, and it was so painful. Like, if I could describe the pain for y'all, I would say, like, it was like a hot stick, just like being, like you were just getting stabbed in the vagina with a hot stick. It was just like, and I was just like, then it was over because him, like, it hurt the whole time for me, but it was over for him, if you catch my drift, you know. I'm thinking, okay, like, it's over, like, woo, put my pants on. So I go to the bathroom, use the bathroom, and then I'll come back, and he pulls out another condom. And I was like, what's that for? And he was like,
we're not done.
And I was just like, what? 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 No, like I can't go through this pain again, please. No. He was like, come on, like it won't hurt. Like, come on, I got you. Da 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 da. And I'm just like, So I was like, okay. Okay, I guess I'll do it. And so I get back on the bed in the same position. And y'all, he told me, nah, turn around. What? My friends specifically told me, don't do doggy style when you lose your virginity. They said don't do doggy style. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing dog. And he was like, you are doing doggy style. And I was like, fuck, like, what did I get myself into? Like literally in the moment, I'm just like, what did I get myself into? So then, you know what I did? I turned around and then he goes at it again. And I was just like, I don't remember what song was playing to this. I was just screaming. I was like, no, please stop, please stop. But he didn't stop. He didn't stop. And I really think the whole thing went on for about like 15 minutes. I think he enjoyed himself, you know. He had the fun. I didn't have the fun. And he wasn't a virgin. He had lost his virginity already. That was it for losing my virginity, but that's not the end of the story. I still have some tea. Before I left, I took a picture of us and I put it on Snapchat. And like I said, this was a really long time ago. Like, I was very low-key and like still in high school. And so that happened, and then I ended up going home, and he was trying to get me to delete the picture before I left. And he was like, delete that, delete that. And I was like, why do I have to delete it? Like, we just cool, like, what? And I didn't know, you know, I was very, like I said, I was very naive and young, and I didn't really know, like, what that really meant, you know? So he was so mad. He was like, delete it, like, you need to delete that. And I was just like, okay, like, I'll delete it. So he was pressing me after I left, not really while I was there. And so I deleted it. And once I deleted it, like, we talked a little bit afterwards on that Tuesday. And yeah, like, he was like, how you feeling, da 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 da, checking in. And then, like, you know, we just didn't talk the next day. The next day was a Wednesday. And yeah, like, I just feel like the whole transition was pretty smooth. But then once it was Wednesday and I go on Instagram, I'm swiping. Look who I see. I saw him post, but it wasn't a picture of him. It was a picture of his bitch. This nigga posted a girl. Woman Crush Wednesday. I was like, what the fuck? I screenshot it and I sent it to him, and I was like, question mark? He was like, oh, that's no one. I'm like, oh, that's no one, but you're posting her as your Woman Crush Wednesday. But then I realized, I'm like, he's not my boyfriend, and I really don't have like any feelings for him, so I can't really be pressing him over something he posted, because like, he's not my man. I'm just like, that's really weird to me that you had a girlfriend or a girl and you was messing with somebody and you didn't tell me. And I made that point to him. Yeah, that was really it. You know, moral of the story, make sure you know everything that's going down when you're losing your virginity. I don't fully regret my decision of when and how I lost my virginity, but I do question why I was so eager and so ready to lose it, because I don't know, to me it's just like, what does losing it do? I think when I was younger, I just thought, you know, since everybody that I was surrounded by was having sex, that I should be having sex. So it was kind of like a societal peer pressure way, but nobody was like sitting there telling me, have sex, have sex. Like, it was full, like, he had my consent. I wanted it 100%. But I just think, like, dang, like, you know, if you are watching this video and you're a virgin and you want to lose your virginity, don't like rush, you know, like, because I feel like it's no point to lose your virginity that fast, especially if it's not somebody that you know that you're like not gonna be with. Like, don't lose it to a random stranger. I still don't regret my decision in making that point. Like, don't lose it to a random stranger that you don't really know, because you think, you know, you're gonna get attached if it's somebody that you do know. And I wouldn't say don't do it to somebody that you don't trust or love, But yeah, like, you have to know what you want. I can't sit here and tell you what to do to lose your virginity, because it's your virginity. I lost my virginity the way that I lost my virginity, and you're going to lose your virginity the way that you lose yours. And I just feel like, you know, just be smart. Make sure it's consensual. Don't try to have sex when you're like drunk or, you know, not in the right mindset to lose your virginity. I would say don't rush it, because it's like, you know, that's a part of you that you'll never get back once you lose it. And it's just like, if you do rush, you may just end up regretting doing it. Like, dang, like, I wish I never lost it to that person, or dang, like, I really regret losing it when I did. Even if you've grown, you know, because I have friends who are 18, 19 and are still virgins, and they think like, oh, because they're in college now and everybody is like not a virgin, that they should lose theirs too, and they're trying to rush and do it. I'm just like, that's nothing you should rush. Like, it's you, like, that's your body, and you don't need to rush the process of your body, you know. Like, I don't even really know how to explain this in depth, but I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, I would just say, just be smart. Be smart about who you do it with, and be smart about when you do it. That's really all I gotta say. That's really it for this story time. I hope it wasn't too long for y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want to see more story time, y'all can comment down below, and you could also like this video, because that'll tell me, hey, I should do more story time. So with that being said, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.